And once again, we welcome you back to Woodland Park. The hot spot just decided to quit working, so once again, we're going to shut everything down and bring everything back up. And here we are. We're in the top of the first. We'll go over lineups and stuff as we get an opportunity to, but right now there are two away and a runner on first base for Belleville West. Runner at first base got there via a leadoff walk. And then the next two batters flew out and struck out. So now up to the plate is the catcher, Braden Biggs. And Biggs is up there with a 1-ball, 2-strike count against him, and that one's a little high and outside. Umpire just took a foul ball off of his hand just a moment ago, so they had to stop and let him collect himself for a little while. But I'm glad that we're back to action here, and hopefully the hot spot will just stay doing its thing now. I don't know why. That's the first time it just like stopped working. Normally you get some connectivity issues and it'll go back and forth for a while, but that one just kind of stopped working. All right, Bryce Limpa is on the hill today, and the lefty is now into a full count against Braden Biggs. And Limp, with a runner on at first base, works from the stretch, brings it to the belt, and he brings the next pitch home, swing, and a foul ball back to the screen. All right, so Bryce Limpa on the bump, Luke Weller behind the plate. Hopefully somebody got to hear that interview. I don't know exactly when I started having connectivity issues with the hotspot, but I'm sure it was during that interview. So I apologize to everybody in the Luke Weller circle of friends and family that didn't air totally. Another 3-2 pitch from Limp coming, and that one is inside, and another walk. So 2 walks in the inning for Bryce Limp. We'll put runners on first and second. And that will bring up Wyatt Coughlin. Coughlin will be playing left field in the bottom of the first. And Coughlin, he comes in the leading batter for this ball club. Well, actually, him and Renteria both batting .500. But Coughlin has 35 plate appearances and Renteria only has 2. So Coughlin comes in batting .500, slugging .700, on base percentage of .571. He has the only home run so far on the year for Belleville West, and he is second on the team in runs batted in with 11. He has a home run, a triple, and a double. Everything else is a base hit. Limp trying to work out a little bit of early trouble here. Yeah, his runner's on first and second with 2 outs and a swing and a miss, and quickly Limp is ahead in the count, 0-2 to the number 5 batter here for Belleville West and Wyatt Coughlin. Limp works once again from the stretch, checks on the runner at second base, and brings one home to Coughlin, swinging a foul back to the screen. Defensively for Belleville West, for Collinsville, Chris Alcorn is in left field, Colby Anderson in center, C.J. Schaff is in right field, Adam Bovanet is at third base, Darren Pinnell at short, Carter Harrington at second, Ethan Bagwell at first, and we told you about Limp and Weller making up the battery here this afternoon. Coughlin steps out, Limp steps off. Now Limp's ready to go once again. Coughlin bats from the right side. 0-2 count in Limp's favor. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Coughlin. So 2 walks and 2 strikeouts in the inning, and a couple of runners left on base for Belleville West. Collinsville will come to the plate in the bottom half of the first, and we'll tell you all about that as long as we stay on the air. That'll be coming up next on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Once again, we welcome you back to Woodland Park here at Fletcher Field. My name is Todd Duke, and by myself today. Ken Oberkfell got a hold of me earlier this morning and said he wasn't feeling very well and he wasn't going to make it. And this is Tuesday, so Dr. Chris works until like 6 o'clock, so couldn't get him out here. Zach Roseman and Chris Kettler are covering the softball game, so I am all by myself. All right, no scoring in the top of the first by Belleville West. Here is Collinsville coming to the plate for the first time. Chris Alcorn will lead things off and play center field. Ethan Bagwell will bat second and play first. Adam Bovinette bats third and plays third. Colby Anderson is your cleanup hitter. He'll play center field. Bryce Limp is the pitcher batting fifth. Carter Harrington at second base batting sixth. C.J. Schaff, the right fielder, batting seventh. Luke Weller behind the plate batting eighth. And Darren Pinnell, the shortstop, batting ninth. Chris Alcorn comes in from the left-hand side. And Chris on the year batting .400. 5 runs batted in. He does have a home run. And the next pitch is just a bit outside, and 1-1 to count. Noah MG is on the mound for Belleville West here. We'll give you some numbers on him in just a minute. Braden Biggs is his catcher. Noah MG is a big, tall kid out there on that mound, and he'll throw another one down in the low, and it's 2-1. MG on the year. This is his third game pitched, his second start. He's 1-1 on the year, and just a little over 10 innings. He has an ERA of 2.03. And a swing and a bouncer up the middle, and that's going to get past Muskoff at shortstop, and Collinsville's leadoff man is on with a base hit. And the strikeout to walks for young Mr. MG has 9 strikeouts and 5 walks. Here is Ethan Bagwell. Ethan comes in batting .520 on the year with 5 runs batted in, looking for that first long ball of the year. Here's the pitch and a swing and a high one to center field. That sends back John Hilpert. Hilpert, he falls down, and somehow or another he makes the catch, but he dropped it at the last second as he came up with the ball in his glove to show the umpire. When he did that, it came out, and the umpire has called him safe. And now the head coach for Belleville West, Todd Boutz, wants to come out and talk to the the fielding umpire. And he's explaining what he saw right now, and what he's telling him, it looks like from the hand gestures, is when he hit the ground, the ball came out. So Collinsville, the first 2 have reached. And that's going to have to be an error on the center fielder. Well, he slipped, but he still got the ball in his glove, and then it popped out. So tough way to score things, but that's the way that one's going to have to go. So Collinsville has runners on first and second. Here is Adam Bovinette. Adam on the year batting .500. 9 runs batted in, has a triple and a couple of doubles. Bats from the left side. Collinsville has a steady diet of lefty, righty, lefty here at the beginning of the order. And the pitch by MG is a base hit out into left field. They're going to wave home the runner, Alcorn. And then the left fielder, Wyatt Coughlin, he overran the ball. And at second base, safe in there is going to be Adam Bovinette. Bovinette is in there with a RBI single turned into a double by a fielding error out there by Wyatt Coughlin.
Batting fourth, center fielder, number 1.
So Collinsville already on the board here, and they have runners on second and third. And up steps Colby Anderson, the center fielder from the right side. Colby on the year, batting .292. 4 runs batted in. He's got a couple out there that could give him 5 and 6. MG in a little early trouble here. And the big, tall right-hander from the stretch brings it home. And swinging a foul ball back to the screen for Colby Anderson. Defensively for Belleville West, we told you about Wyatt Coughlin out in left field. John Hilpert in center. Caleb Bilsing is in right field. Jake Stedman is at third base. Nick Muskoff at shortstop. Casey Fultz is at second. Brody O'Donnell is at first base, and we told you about MG and Biggs. There's another swing and another base hit out to left field. One run is going to home. They're going to hold up Bovenette at second base. That ball gets away, but not far enough for Bovenette to advance, but it does give an opportunity for Colby Anderson to go down to second base. So an RBI base hit by Colby Anderson. He'll pick up RBI number 5. And Collinsville is off to a 2-0 start here. That'll bring up Bryce Limp. Bryce has 4 home runs on the year, comes in batting .300, 14 runs batted in as well. As another lefty follows another righty, and the pitch by MG is just a little bit low. So Collinsville jumps out front against these Maroons. They have not beaten Belleville West in the last 6 games. There's the next pitch by MG, swinging a foul ball out of play. So Collinsville trying to get back a little bit of that over the last 3 years. That, of course, goes back to the 2019 season. No ball in 2020 due to the pandemic. Brett Swipp comes in 0-4 against Belleville West in his previous 2 years. So he'll get an opportunity to try to rectify that here, and then Thursday when the teams travel to Belleville West. Outside on the next pitch, 3-1 the count to Bryce Limp. Carter Harrington waits on deck. 2 runners on still. Bovenette at third, Colby Anderson at second. Alcorn and Bagwell have already scored here. Swinging another shot. This one to the right side. That one gets over the glove of the second baseman, Foltz. And in to score is Bovenette. Stopping at third base is Anderson. And down to second base is Bryce Limp. He came home on the throw. So an RBI base hit. Back-to-back jobs by Colby Anderson and Bryce Limp. And Collinsville is off and running. And still nobody out here in this inning. Matt Shelton is going to come in and run the bases for the pitcher, Limp. And that'll bring up Carter Harrington. Harrington got the game-winning RBI base hit in the 6th inning Saturday afternoon. And Harrington comes in batting .214 with 4 runs batted in. Chance for some more RBIs here. That ball gets away, but not far enough for anyone to advance. 3-0 here in favor of Collinsville. A couple of errors already committed in the inning. 4 hits also in the inning. Here's the pitch, swinging a high fly ball, and that's going to send back Wyatt Coughlin, and it's over his head. It'll bounce to the warning track. Both the runners are going to score, and standing down at second base with a 2 RBI double is Carter Harrington. How about this start by your Collinsville Kahawks? C.J. Schaff will come up to the plate with nobody out. C.J. on the year batting .346, 3 runs batted in. And MG is running into all kinds of problems out there on the hill. Here's the pitch, it's down low. Belleville West already has somebody up in their bullpen. One of these early get-you kind of starts. MG working from the stretch since batter number 1. There's a swing and a hot shot to the second baseman. Foltz is up with it. He'll throw over to first base for the out. Harrington will make his way over to third base. And Schaff becomes the first out here in this bottom of the 1st inning for Collinsville. Well, that'll bring up Luke Weller, our pregame interviewee. I really hope that people got to hear at least most of that. Weller comes in batting .333. 3 runs batted in. He's got another RBI 90 feet away. MG pitches. Swinging a pop foul. That's going to hit the broadcast booth here, or right behind it. Ooh, right next to it. So Belleville West and their defenders, they're having a long 1st inning here. Collinsville already up 5-0. Next pitch on the way to the righty, and that's a swing back to the ball back to the screen. So quickly 0-2 against Weller. Darren Pinnell, the number 9 man in the order, waits in the on-deck circle. Barring some kind of a strange double play, he'll get to bat this inning. 0-2 pitch on the way, and that one's high, 1-2. Beautiful afternoon for some ball. MG ready to pitch again. Here it comes. That one's inside. Ball 2, 2-2. Next one by MG, and that one hits him. Ow, that had to hurt. Hit him in the left forearm. He appears to be okay, does Weller. And Collinsville will have runners at the corners for Darren Pinnell. Pinnell, he comes in batting 182, couple of runs batted in, and they're going to bring in a courtesy runner for the catcher, too, so he can come back and put on the catching gear, and that would be Caden Pruitt.
Batting next, shortstop, Darren Pinnell.
So Pinnell will come up, and the leadoff man who got all this started with a base hit, Chris Alcorn, waits on deck. MG still trying to work out of some trouble here, and a bunt showing there by Pinnell. Well, there's a number 5 warming up down in the bullpen for Belleville West, but I don't have a number 5 on my roster. Bunt down the third base line, but foul. So if number 5 comes in, we'll have to send somebody down to try to find out who exactly number 5 is. Hate it when that happens. MG. Pinnell looks down to Brett Swip, the head coach here for Collinsville. He mans the box at third base. And the next delivery and swinging a foul out of play. That one will hit the street right next to us and go bouncing into the yard where a few family members of the house over there are out there sitting on their lawn in some chairs taken in this game. MG, he's ready. Runners on the corner, swing and a bouncing ball to the shortstop. Muskoff throws over to second for one and throws wide. The second baseman Foltz does over at first, so a run will score. Harrington will come in to make it 6-0 in favor of Collinsville.
Top of the order, left fielder, Chris Alcorn.
And Pinnell reaches on the fielder's choice, but gets the RBI in the process. And back to Chris Alcorn, who singled and scored in this inning. Pinnell's off and running. Throw is outside, and the throw down to second base is off to the third base side, and safe is Darren Pinnell at second base. Collinsville's first stolen base here of this contest. Alcorn waits the 1-0. Here it is. A little off-speed delivery. Stays a little high. 2-0. Still only one out here in this inning. Alcorn bats for the second time here in the first. Ethan Bagwell awaits in the on-deck circle. He's kind of hoping the same thing. Swing and a miss by Alcorn. Collinsville wearing their new purple pinstripe jerseys. Purple, the main color. Pinstripe in white. Got the word Kahawks written across the front. Numbers are in white. Got on the white trousers. And next pitch, high and outside. Belleville West, they have on the road gray baseball pants, maroon shirts and caps. Numbers are in white. The word maroon's written across the front. Pinnell's going to try to steal third, and he does. No throw by the catcher as Alcorn walks. So Alcorn's on base for the second time here in this first inning. And we have timeout called by Belleville West. We'll see if they want to make a pitching change, and that's exactly what they are going to do. So bottom of the first, one out. Collinsville already leads 6-0. Runners on first and third. And a pitching change coming up And we'll have to find out who that young man is, but we'll be back to tell you about it as soon as we find out here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Diamonds for Kahawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Grant Summerfield will come in to pitch. I do have him on my stat sheet. He just wasn't on the roster that Belleville West sent me earlier today. So for Grant Summerfield, this is his second game pitched in. He has not started, so he's just come in relief, and he has pitched in just 2/3 of an inning and has not given up any runs. Matter of fact, he hasn't struck out or walked anyone either. So the lefty will come in and take over for Noah Mg, who just had a rough outing. He is still responsible for the runners on at first and second base. And Bagwell will be the first batter that Summerfield will face. Bagwell reached on an error, came around to score. So far here in the first. Yes, we are still in the first. Only one out. Runners on the corners. Summerfield pitches. High fly ball. This one will send back Caleb Bilsing all the way over to the foul line in right field, and he has it for the out. And, excuse me, there were 2 outs, so that is going to end the inning. But now before Collinsville pushes across 6 runs on 5 base hits, and they left 2 on, and we will head to the top of the second inning. And it'll, yes, he does that again. Top of the second there, computer. And we'll be back to tell you all about the beginning of the second inning here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
John Hilpert, the center fielder, leads things off and takes the first pitch low from Bryce Limp. Bryce working quickly. Here's the next, and that one's outside. And quickly 2-0 against John Hilpert. Hilpert playing center field. Comes in batting 176 with 5 runs batted in. Next pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1, and Limp working quickly, throws one in the dirt, 3-1. 6-0. Collinsville scoring 6 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Next pitch by Limp. He walked him. Second walk issued by Limp. He had 2 strikeouts and a walk in that first inning, and Limp, he hadn't pitched in a while now. That was a long bottom of the first. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts in the first, so now he has 2 walks. Or excuse me, he already had 2 walks. That's the third walk. That will bring up Brody Odell, the first baseman. And the pitch to Odell is up high. O'Donnell comes in batting .273 with 1 run batted in. Limp, the lefty, throws over to first base. Didn't get to give you the lineup because we got on late due to technical difficulties. So Casey Foltz led off. He plays second. Nick Muskoff plays shortstop, bats second. Jake Stedman plays third, bats third. And Braden Biggs is doing the catching and batting in the cleanup spot. We'll give you the rest here after this pitch. That one hits the outside corner, 1-1. Wyatt Coughlin batting fifth, playing left field. He ended the last half inning with a strikeout. John Hilpert playing right field and batting sixth. He's on at first base after a walk. Brody Odell is up to the plate now playing first base. Max Holmes is the DH. And then Caleb Bilsing playing right field. There's a sky-high Major League pop-up. Harrington is underneath it and can't get it. And he'll toss it over to second base. And that'll take care of the out. Kind of like an infield fly rule, if you will. So Hilpert is out 4-6. And O'Donnell reaches on the fielder's choice. So Hilpert and O'Donnell trade places. Max Holmes, the DH, now batting, and the first pitch he sees is taken right underneath the glove of Bovenet at third base. I think he was expecting it to hop up, and it did not. It hopped and then stayed down. So the first base hit of the afternoon belongs to Max Holmes. Holmes came in batting 143. So Belleville West trying to get some of that back. They have runners on at first and second with 1 out, and the number 9 batter in the order, Caleb Bilsing, will bat. Bilsing plays basketball also for the Maroons. Caleb comes in batting 143 with a run batted in. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Collinsville leads 6-0. Belleville West threatening here as that first pitch to Bilsing lands a little outside of the strike zone, 1-0. Limp working from the stretch. Brings one home, squaring around a bunt, pulling it back, and then taking a strike was Bilsing. So 1-1 the count. Limp looks at his runner at second base twice, brings it home, pop up and foul and out of play. Folks sitting in the first 4 rows behind home plate here, still in the sunshine. Everybody else getting some shade, so we got some folks out here working on these early tans. I was out cutting grass yesterday on the last day off of spring break and got a little sun myself. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. That one's high all the way back to the screen. Everybody's going to move up. Throw down to third base, not in time. So a wild pitch. We'll send O'Donnell down to third and Holmes down to second. And now the traditional double play taken out of the equation. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swinging another foul. And we'll do it all over again. Limp ready with another 2-2. Swinging a pop fly. This one's going to stay inside the park. Bagwell is off the bag at first base, but it is Limp who comes all the way off the mound in foul territory and takes care of that one. And there are 2 away.
Top of the order.
And back to the top of the order we go. And Casey Foltz, the second baseman, he walked in his first at bat and was stranded at second when the Maroons left 2 runners on. Limp ready, and the pitch. It's in the dirt. Nice stop by Weller to keep that one from going to the screen and keeping these Maroons off the scoreboard. Limp brings home the next. Swinging a foul ball out of play. That one is going to go all the way down into the very tall weeds. Good luck finding that one, kids. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 2 outs, 2 runners on. We're in the top of the second, 6-0 in favor of Collinsville. Limp trying to keep it that way. Another nice stop by Weller. Limp's gotten a couple down low in the dirt. The one that got past Weller was thrown over his head. Here's the 2-1. Strike called, 2-2. Limp 1 strike away from getting out of this inning with no damage being done. Limp ready with the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Outside, called strike 3. And that's how you get out of a jam, as Limp records strikeout number 3 on the afternoon. And we are going to the bottom of the second. Here, Collinsville Kahawks have a 6-0 lead, and we're back with that home half of the second in just a moment right here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
And Bonnett leads off the bottom of the second for Collinsville and looks at one outside in the dirt. Adam singled and then made it around the bases on an error, came home to score a little bit later. And Summerfield pitches again. This one outside as well, 2-0 the count. Summerfield came in for MG. All that damage done in the first was done by MG on the mound. That one's outside too, 3-0. Bonnett, Anderson, and Limp here in this inning. All 3 reached base. All 3 scored in that 6-run first. Summerfield ready with a 3-0, trying to groove one. He can't. He throws all 4 out of the strike zone. And Bonnett reaches
Next up,
with the first walk issued by Summerfield. Here's Colby Anderson, RBI single, his first time up. Anderson looking for something to drive here. Swing and a miss. They play Anderson to pull. They give him all of that right center field alley. If he can plant one up there, he'll be running for days. Here's the next pitch. It's outside and low. Get that thing outside and a little bit closer to the outside corner of the plate and take it the other way. We'll see how fast both Bonnett and Anderson can run. Here's a pitch. That one's inside. That's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to the Kahawk center fielder, Colby Anderson. Bonnett's on over at third. Summerfield from the stretch checks on him, brings it home, swinging a hot shot down the third base side, but foul into the Kahawk bullpen. New baseball to the umpire, and Matt Shelton trots down there to collect that baseball. Summerfield ready once again. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a shot to center field. On the move is Hilpert. He's not going to get there as Bovenet stops at second, and back-to-back base hits by Anderson. And Collinsville has runners on first and second. Nobody out. That will bring up Bryce Limp. Singled homer run and came around to score himself in that 6-run first inning. See if the lefty can get a hold of one here. We have a little bit of a breeze blowing into the press box, but the American flag down the right field line not moving that much. So maybe like a 7 to 9 mile an hour breeze. There's a swing and a high fly ball. Hilpert at center field circles. Still having trouble with that little bit of breeze that's there. He'll haul it in for the first out of the inning, and everybody stays put. One away. Carter Harrington to the plate. Carter with a double.
Second baseman, Carter Harrington.
He came around to score after that double. 2 RBIs during that double. High fly ball. Oh, back behind home plate. And it's 1 row into the stand area. Matter of fact, it landed on the sidewalk right in front of the first row. Then went under the seats. Fans are scrambling. 1 away. Runners on first and second. Harrington trying to continue his hot hitting. Single and a double in his last 2 at-bats with 3 runs batted in. He squares around to bunt, bunts it down the third base side. That one hits the grass and just dies. And on at first base with a bunt single is Carter Harrington. So Bovenet at third, Anderson on at second, Harrington on at first. The bases are all full of Kahawks. Here is C.J. Schaff, who grounded out to the second baseman, Casey Foltz, his first time up. So he'd like to make amends for that. Matter of fact, he became the first out of the inning, and he's batter number 7 in the lineup. They play in it for it to play at the plate. The infield of the Maroons does. 1-0 with a count to Schaff. Luke Weller stands in the on-deck circle, has the shin guards on. And Schaff looks at one high, 2-0, nowhere to put him. If you walk here, it's going to be the easy RBI for CJ. Swing and a miss. Snap throw down to third base. Bovenet's back in there safely. 2-1 the count to Schaff now. Summerfield from the stretch. The lefty pitches outside. Ball 3. Summerfield ready again. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul ball over the press box. And that might have been ball 4, but that was right around the eyes there of Schaff. So he liked what he saw. Gave it a whack. Didn't work out. Full count. Bases loaded. 1 out. Here's a pitch. Swing. That one is heading toward the gap, but cutting it off and taking care of that out was the right fielder, Caleb Bilsing. What a nice play out there. That ball hung up for a while because that's where the breeze is coming from, so that allowed him enough time to circle. And he catches it, and Collinsville didn't have the runner tagging. So 2 away, bases remain loaded. And here is Luke Weller, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. Summerfield has his sign, continues to work from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Hits the outside corner for a called strike. Bovenet walked. Anderson singled. And a bunt single by Harrington has the bases loaded. They were loaded with 1 out. Now they're loaded with 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a foul ball. This one's heading toward the top of the Kahawk dugout. Lands right behind it. Kahawk softball team at home this afternoon, taking on O'Fallon. Another Southwestern Conference matchup. 0-2 the count to Weller. That one's outside, 1-2. Summerfield readies himself for another pitch. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. And the ball gets away, and that's going to score a run. And the bases are going to remain loaded. Well, it wasn't the prettiest of things, but it still counts for a run. So Collinsville leads 7-0. As Balvanette scores.
Shortstop,
Here is Darren Pinnell. And by the way, was the first strikeout of a Kahok batter so far today. Pinnell reached on the fielder's choice, stole second and third, and then was stranded. Down in the count 0-1. Here's the next pitch. That's outside and high, and that'll even the count at 1-1. Summerfield, again, pitches, swing and a miss by Pinnell. Kahok shortstop in a 1-2 hole now. Summerfield again. Brings one home to Pinnell, swing and a miss, and down on strikes is Pinnell. So back-to-back strikeouts by Summerfield, but the first one reached base. The second one did not. That ends the inning. Collinsville picks up another run, and we will head to the top of the third. Top of the third, I said, computer. Thank you very much. Collinsville leads by a score of 7-0. We're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
2, 3, and 4 hitters here in the top of the third, and there's a shot up the middle off the bat of Nick Muskoff. And the leadoff man is on here for Belleville West in the top of the third. Here's Jake Stedman, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. Second hit on the afternoon for the Maroons. Limp, the lefty, has on that special pink glove. And brings it home, and a bunt taken back and called a ball. Muskoff on with a single. Stedman. And then Braden Biggs will all bat in this inning. Throw over to first base, and back in there safely is Muskoff. Limp likes to work quick. From the stretch, checks on his runner, brings it home. Little low. Ball 2. Flag flapping around a little bit more now down that first base line. Here's the next pitch, swinging a long fly ball, but out of play. That one just went right over the light standards. Looking at it fly, I thought I was going to hit those lights. Just a long strike. That makes it 2-1. Limp ready with that 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. Stays low. 3-1. Limp ready with another pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's going to stay in the field of play. Pinnell out to the left field grass. He'll make the catch for out number 1. So 1 away. Runner at first. Muskoff stays. That'll bring up Braden Biggs, the catcher, who walked and was stranded in the first. They got Biggs down as number 4 on the roster, but he's wearing number 8 today. Limp's ready with a pitch, a swing and a miss. I think that Biggs was trying to hold up, but he already had so much torque in that swing, there's no way he could. 0-1 the count. Limp ready to work again. Looks at his runner over at first base, brings it home. Stays a little high with this pitch, 1-1. Boys volleyball in action tonight. That's going to be our next event we cover on Thursday. Alton Marquette comes to Virgil Fletcher. This one's inside. 2-1 the count. That's the only 2 things we have going this week. We have a very light week. Need those every once in a while. Finished up last week with 3 games in a row, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Here's the 2-1 instead of throw over to first, and just getting back in there is the runner, Courtney Jackson, who is in there running for Nick Muskoff, I think. No, that's number 7. That's Muskoff. Looked like he had a number 1 on his back when he dove in there. It was just a flash. 2-1 the count. And that remains to Braden Biggs. Limp checking on his runner again. Brings one home to Biggs. Swinging a bouncing ball foul. Right to Brett Swip there at the end of the dugout. 2-2 the count. Braden Biggs digs back in from the right side. Runner at first, 1 out. We're in the top of the third, 7-0 in favor of Collinsville. Limp from the belt, pitches. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Biggs. And for Limp, his 4th strikeout of the afternoon, 2nd out of the inning. And that'll bring up Wyatt Coughlin, who was a strikeout victim, his only time up. Coughlin from the right side. He's ready. Limp's ready. And the pitch. He's got Muskoff over there all worried at first base. Muskoff was already taking a step back toward the bag when Limp started his windup. Ball 1. Limp brings it home. Swinging a bouncing ball. Ball of net. Can't get there. Pinnell backhands, but he doesn't have enough time to throw, and everybody's going to be safe, so an infield hit for Coughlin. We'll put runners on first and second. And that will bring up John Hilpert, the right fielder, who walked and then was forced off of second base in the 2nd inning.
Center fielder, John Hilbert.
Hilpert also bats from the right side. Steady diet of righties to deal with Limp today. Limp from the stretch now has to check out Muskoff at second base. Here's the pitch, swinging a slow roller right past Limp. Goes to Harrington, but it takes a weird bounce. I don't think he would have thrown him out even if he would have landed in his glove. That ball was a slow hopper, and Harrington plays a pretty deep second base, so Hilpert is on back-to-back infield hits. And Belleville West has the bases loaded with 2 away. And here is Brady O'Donnell. O'Donnell reached on a fielder's choice. Ended up going to third on a wild pitch. And that was where he was left. Here's a pitch. That one's in the dirt. Nice stop by Weller again. So bases all full of Maroons. They're trying to crack the scoreboard for the first time. They trail 7-0. They had an opportunity in the last half inning, too, and stranded a couple of more. Here's the 1-0. He swung. 1-1. Well, he's ready to go back to work, but O'Donnell took his time getting back in there. There's a swing and a foul ball at the plate. That'll run the count to 1-2. In case you're unfamiliar with the dimensions here at Fletcher Field, it's 312 down the third base line, 310 down the first base line. Biggest part of the ballpark is the left center field power alley, 375. The right center field power alley is 360. Limp ready with the 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Outside, called strike 3. And that'll end the inning. And the Maroons will strand 3 more. And they have left 7 runners on base here this afternoon. So we will head to the home half of the third inning. And Collinsville in control right now by a score of 7-0.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Top of the order here to face Grant Summerfield, Chris Alcorn, Ethan Bagwell, Adam Bovenet, if anyone can get on Colby Anderson. Alcorn has already reached base twice via the walk. Both of those came in the first inning. He came around to score on the first one and got stranded out there at first base on the second one. Hits this one out of play. And quickly it is 0-2 to the Collinsville left fielder. Summerfield ready with an 0-2. Here it is. That one stays high, a little off-speed delivery. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Changeup just wouldn't fall. Stayed high the whole way. 1-2 pitch on the way. That one's in there for a called strike, and Alcorn was frozen solid on that one. 1 away. And that'll bring up Ethan Bagwell.
Ethan Bagwell.
Second strikeout for Summerfield since he came in to relieve MG. MG pitched to 10 batters in that first inning and gave up all 6 runs. Swinging a bouncing ball for the shortstop, Muskoff. He has it, and he throws in a nice dig out of the ground over there by O'Donnell at first base. And there are quickly 2 away. That'll bring up Adam Bovenet. Adam has reached via the single and a walk, and he's come around to score both times.
Adam Bovenet.
Scored the only run in the second inning to give us a 7-0 lead instead of the 6-0 lead we had after 1. Above the net, the lefty faces the lefty Summerfield. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle for a called strike. Summerfield wants to work quickly now, too. I don't mind. Go right ahead. 1-1. Still can't get that short fixed out there, that scoreboard. It's flashing like a Christmas tree. Summerfield ready with a 1-1 pitch to Bovenet. Here it is. Swinging a high pop fly, but this one's going to go out of play. Didn't hear it hit anything. I ended up going behind the press box here. Behind the bleachers over there to the left. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Bovenet. And that one stays a little high. Belleville West trying to enjoy a 1-2-3 inning. They have not had that yet. First 2 have went down. Alcorn via the strikeout. Bagwell the ground out. Bovenet's up there with a 2-2 count. Summerfield pitches in the dirt. Full count. Summerfield readies himself for another delivery. Here comes the 3-2. Swinging another foul ball. Bovenet stays alive. This one out to the parking lot. That one ends up bouncing off of the concrete there, but then it rolls underneath the vehicle, so no damage done on that one. Another 3-2 pitch from Summerfield on the way in the dirt. And Bovenet, for the second bat in a row, has walked. Second walk issued by Summerfield.
Next up, center fielder.
And the Maroons will have to wait a little longer for that 1-2-3 inning. Here's Colby Anderson. Colby is 2 for 2 on the afternoon. 2 singles, an RBI, and a run scored. Summerfield now has to work from the stretch. He checks on Bovenet's swing and a shot out into the outfield. On the run is Coughlin, and he has it for out number 3. So Collinsville strands a runner. We will head to the top of the 4th, and we will be back to tell you all about the top of the 4th inning after a brief timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and, of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
The DH, Max Holmes, leads off here in the 4th inning for Belleville West. Looks at one outside for ball 1 called. Holmes singled and was stranded at second in his only plate appearance. Bouncing ball, this is a chance for Pinnell. He rushes, he gloves, he throws on the move. What a nice stretch over there by Bagwell. He had to stretch all the way toward home plate while the runner was coming at him and still managed to take care of that. 1 away.
Right fielder, Caleb Bilsing.
Caleb Bilsing next at the plate. Bilsing, the number 9 hitter, popped up in foul territory to Limp, who came all the way from the pitcher's mound and then caught the ball in between the first base line and the Maroons dugout. There's a swing and a foul. That'll even things out at 1-1. Bases empty, one away. Collinsville leads 7-0. 6 runs in the first, 1 in the second. Next offering from Lemp. Tried to hold up, did Bilsing, but he went around, says the umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Lemp works quickly. Here's the next pitch. This one's high, and that'll even things out at 2-2. We're in the top of the fourth. Kahawks lead 7-0. Lemp's 2-2 pitch is on the way. Strike called on the inside corner. Bilsing got caught looking. And for Lemp, that's his 5th strikeout. And there are 2 away. Back to the top of the order, and Casey Foltz comes to the plate for the Maroons.
Second baseman, Casey Foltz.
Foltz has walked and struck out. He takes one inside. Lemp, again, likes to work quickly. Here's the pitch. Ball high. 2-0. Kahawks are looking for their first 1-2-3 inning defensively. They got the first 2, trying to get this last one here. Lemp ready with the 2-0. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Lemp brings one home. And I don't know where that one was, but it's called the ball, 3-1. Comes the next. Strike called. Full count. Lemp, see if he can pull the trigger here. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a foul ball that stays at home plate. So we'll do it all over again. Lemp peers over that pink glove, has his sign, brings home another 3-2, and here's a chance to get out of it. Pennell pops off his glove, stays with it, safe over at first base. So no 1-2-3 inning here for Collinsville either. If Pennell would have caught that cleanly, that would have been a no-doubter. Nick Muskoff, shortstop, will bat next with 1 runner on. First error of the game for Collinsville. We'll see if he can work around that. Muskoff. Oh, throw over, and if that would have been on the bag, they would have had Foltz picked off dead to rights, but instead it goes wild. And another error on the throw by Lemp. And he was not happy with himself. Lemp threw his glove down. He was very mad at himself for that one. So 2 errors. One allowed Foltz to reach. Another one allows him to go to second. And Muskoff, he still awaits his first pitch. Lemp works from the stretch. Pitches high. So now he's got to work around Pennell's error and now his own error. Muskoff is 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout. Flew out to Colby Anderson in center field in his first at bat. Swing and another chance for Anderson to haul one in, and he just takes a couple of steps over to his left and does just that. So the inning comes to a close. Now without a little heartburn involved in it, but it does anyway. And Collinsville will now bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Kahawks lead by a score of 7-0.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food, like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
Back here at Fletcher Field, I'm Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville leads 7-0 here as we begin the bottom of the fourth inning. If the Kahawks can pull out a victory here, it'll break a string of 6 straight losses to these Belleville West Maroons. They face each other twice every year in the regular season. Believe it or not, over the last 22 years, these two teams have not met in the playoffs. That is very strange. Normally, over that long of a period, two Southwestern Conference schools will meet at least once during the postseason, but not the case here between these two schools. But Belleville West, they own the matchup, man, over the last 22 years. They are 32-12 versus Collinsville in the world of baseball. And a bunt, nicely done there. And the catcher picks it up and throws, but not in time. Good infield hit by Bryce Limp on a bunt. Second infield bunt hit on the afternoon for Collinsville. Limp now 2 for 3 on the afternoon with 2 singles and a run batted in plus a run scored. There's Carter Harrington, who has a double and a single, couple of runs batted in as well, and he was the other one who reached on an infield bunt single. And that happened in his last at bat. As they bring in Matt Shelton to run once again for Limp. Harrington will step up, see what kind of damage he can do here. The sophomore having a pretty good last couple of games. Summerfield works, swinging a long fly ball. This one's going to put running a horse on Wyatt Coughlin. It bounces all the way up against the wall. Shelton's going to have no problem scoring from first. On his way to third is Harrington, and he's a dead duck trying to turn that double into a triple. Nevertheless, Carter Harrington picks up his third RBI on the afternoon as he has thrown out 7-5, trying to stretch that double into a triple. But Shelton comes around to score, no problem whatsoever.
Right fielder, C.J. Shaw.
Excuse me, coughing attack came out of nowhere. Schaff looks at one for a called strike after taking the first 3 out of the strike zone. Harrington now down in the bullpen warming up. He got the save in Saturday's win over Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin. Here's a 3-1 to Schaff. Swing and a miss, and that'll run the count to full. Schaff is one of the only Kahawks not to reach base here this afternoon. He's grounded out and flew out. Full count. Summerfield ready with a pitch. Here it comes. Stays high. Now, Schaff can say that he got to run the bases today. Well, see, I never erased the runner at first, so that's good.
Next up,
Shelton's got some wheels, man.
Weller.
Here's Luke Weller, the catcher. He is hit by a pitch. Struck out, but still reached base after the ball got away from the catcher. Then he was stranded, and that ball hits him. Hits him right in the calf. Bounced off the dirt. So down to second goes Schaff. And Weller is on at first. Second time he's been hit by a pitch here this afternoon.
Shortstop, Darren Pennell.
Caden Pruitt will come in and run for him, and here is Darren Pennell. Pennell reached on a fielder's choice, has a couple of stolen bases, and has struck out. Colby Anderson, by the way, leads this team with 6 steals. Collinsville coming into this game had 33 steals and have only been caught twice. So you can add a couple of more steals to that total as well. Runners on first and second, still just one out, and the pitch to Pinnell is just a little outside, ball one. Schaff at second, Pruitt, the courtesy runner, at first. They're not holding him on, so he gets a big lead as the corners are playing in for a play at the plate. Maybe. Or maybe they're playing in for the bunt. First baseman O'Donnell has his feet on the infield grass. Third baseman Stedman is one step off the grass. 2-0 pitch from Summerfield to Pinnell on the way. High, ball three. More action in the bullpen for the Maroons as well. While Harrington warms up in the bullpen for Collinsville. 3-0 the count to Pinnell, taking all the way, I would think Darren is, and he gets hit. Back-to-back hit batters. 3 hit batters now for Summerfield. So Schaff down to third, Pruitt to second, and Pinnell now on at first, and we're going to have time, and we'll see if they want to make a pitching change here. Summerfield came in the first inning. Seems like the pitching coach just wants to talk things over here with his lefty. Meanwhile, everybody will converge over at third base. All 3 base runners. Talk things over with Swip and the rest of the coaching staff. And now the umpire has had enough and starts to walk out to the mound to break it up. But then he stopped, and now the conversation is over. So they're going to keep Summerfield in there. Back to the top of the order, and Chris Alcorn here for Collinsville. He's there with the bases loaded and 1 out. Alcorn on the afternoon has singled and scored, walked and was stranded, and got caught looking at a third called strike in the third inning in his last at bat. Alcorn has 1 home run on the year. Summerfield steps off. Alcorn steps out. Jackson Courtney, I believe, is warming up in the bullpen for the Maroons. Here's a swing and a bouncer in front of the Maroons dugout. 0-1. Summerfield has the bases all full of Kahawks. Next pitch to Alcorn. Swinging a little blooper that's on the infield and grabbed on a diving try by Jake Stedman. Everybody kind of froze, so no one got caught off the bag. That would be a soft liner. There are 2 away, and now we are going to have a pitching change. So there's a timeout on the field, and we will take a timeout as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahawk Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs,
low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Bagwell is the first to touch out the new pitcher, and he throws one back to the screen, but it pops back so quickly that Biggs got a hand on it, and no one was able to advance. One run home here in the inning. Bases are full of Kahawks. Ethan Bagwell. He awaits the next offering from the new pitcher, Jackson Courtney. Wears number 1 on his back. He is a senior. And the next pitch is just a little bit low, and that is 2-0. This is Courtney's first appearance on the mound this year, so no numbers to tell you about. But he's got his work cut out for him. The righty deals with the bases loaded. 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Bagwell. Swinging a chance for the third baseman, Stedman. He scoops it and then just touches third base, and that'll end the inning. So one more run does come home to score for Collinsville. We will head now to the top of the 5th inning. And Collinsville extends that lead out to 8-0, and we're back to tell you all about the brand new inning in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Are you looking to update the appeal of your home's interior? Look no further than Hayden Interiors, LLC. Hayden Interiors, LLC is owned and operated by former Kahok graduate Nick Hayden. Hayden Interiors, LLC will help you get that new look that you want for your home. Flooring, baseboards, doorways, as well as interior renovations or interior additions, kitchen, living room, bedroom, hallways, basements, stairways. Let Hayden Interior LLC help you find the look that you want. Call Nick Hayden today at Hayden Interiors LLC, 618-772-6790 for your free estimate. Hayden Interiors LLC, on budget, on time, every time. That's Hayden Interiors LLC. Call Nick at 618-772-6790. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Jake Stedman, the third baseman, leads off the top of the 5th inning with a big long fly ball down the third base side, but it was out of bounds. Started off in fair territory, but then went on that slice to the left, and it's just a long strike. Stedman, Biggs, and Coughlin, the 3, 4, and 5 batters here for Mr. Limp, and there's a shot for Bovenet. He stops it, knocks it down with the body. Long throw, though, and that's not going to be in time. And that one will go all the way to the fence, but running well past the bag was Stedman. So he'll reach on a single, and that's the way that this inning gets underway.
Catcher, Braden Biggs.
Braden Biggs, the catcher, has walked and struck out in this game. Leadoff man is on. For the 3rd inning in a row. The only inning they did not have the leadoff man on was the 4th, last inning. So Lemp has to work from the stretch once again. And timeout called at the plate, so the pitch doesn't count. Carter Harrington was warming up in the last half inning, but he's back out there at second base. Lemp is back out on the bump for his 5th inning of work. He checks on his runner and brings it home in the dirt. Nice stop again by Weller. He's been busy back there, making a bunch of nice stops. The only ball that got by him was a wild pitch that was over his head. Limp takes a long stretch with those arms in the air and throws over to first base. Back in there safely is Stedman. We'll see how long Coach Swip wants to stay with Limp here. Limp from the stretch once again. Brings it to the belt, checks over on his runner, and brings it home. High. Ball 2-0. Bovenet was almost playing so far back, he almost had his feet in the grass out there in shallow left. Allen's in there for a strike. 2-1. Stedman has his lead from first. Kahok infielder is looking for a double play ball. Here's the 2-1 swing and off of the glove over to Pinnell. It's second base for one. That's the only one they're going to get. So you'll mark that down as a 1-6-4 putout. As that hit the glove of Limp at the pitcher's mound and made its way over to Pinnell.
Left fielder, Wyatt Coughlin.
So one out, runner on at second. That'll bring up Wyatt Coughlin, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout today. Swing and a shot down the third base side. That's fair. That's going to roll. Getting over there to cut it off is Chris Alcorn, and he will hold the runners to first and second.
Center fielder, John Hilbert.
Here is John Hilpert. Hilpert has singled and walked. First pitch, right back to Limp at the mound. He'll throw to second base for one, on to first base. Double play to end the inning. And that's how you do that. How about a 1-6-3 double play? And the inning comes to a close. So a couple of more stranded runners here for Belleville West this afternoon. They have now stranded 10 base runners here in this contest as we move along to the bottom of the fifth inning. And Collinsville still living comfortably right now as they have a 8-0 lead.
Schaefer Excavating and Demolition in Pontoon Beach provides complete commercial, industrial, and residential demolition and excavating services. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is family owned and operated by former Kahok since 1980 and have over 4 decades serving the Metro East. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is your choice for quality and experienced work at a reasonable price. Schaefer's does jobs of any size, whether digging for water and sewer lines, site preparation, or building demolition. Schaefer's can do it all. Schaefer's Excavating and Demolition also sells backfill, topsoil, loam, and other materials. Licensed, bonded, and insured, from earth moving and land clearing to building and demolition and road construction to septic and sewer system work. Call the experienced crew at Schaefer Excavating and Demolition, 618-931-6237.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Bottom of the fifth inning has arrived. Collinsville still up 8-0.
Adam Bobinet.
Bobinet will bat. For the third time, he has walked twice in his last 2 at-bats. Singled in the first inning, and he scored a couple of runs. He is out there facing Jackson Courtney. And the righty pitches the 1-0, and it's in the dirt, 2-0. Bovinet awaits the 2-0, and here it comes. It's up high, 3-0. Bottom of the fifth. Collinsville scores a couple of runs here in this inning, and this game's over. Here's the next pitch to Adam, outside, and there's your start. So Bovinet walks for the third straight at bat. Summerfield had a couple of walks while he was in there.
The center fielder, Colby Anderson.
Here's Colby Anderson. Anderson has a couple of hits. 2 for 3 on the afternoon. RBI and a run scored for the Kahok center fielder. Anderson would like something to drive here for his first home run. Caden Pruitt is the courtesy runner. He's on at first base. Anderson looks at one high. If Ander can smack his first home run of the year, this game will be over. Right now, 8-0. Pitch misses the mark, 2-0. Bryce Limp waits on deck. Carter Harrington's back down in the bullpen throwing some more warm-up pitches. I believe. Nope, that is not him. That is C.J. Schaff. Pop up on foul territory, but that one's going to get out of play. Right behind the bleachers over here once again, next to the concession stand. 2-1. Now the count to Colby Anderson. Looking for something to drive here. Pruitt has his lead from first. Courtney works from the stretch, brings it home. And a called strike on the outside corner will even things out at 2-2. Courtney throws it behind Anderson, and all that time Pruitt was taken off. And he's down to second base without a throw, as that one ended up going behind Anderson. 3-2, full count to the Kahok center fielder, Colby Anderson. Runner in scoring position now. Courtney checks on him, and timeout called by Anderson. And he walks him. So the first two reach. And that'll leave things up to Bryce Limp here. Limp leads the team with 4 home runs. And this afternoon he is 2 for 3 with a couple of singles, an RBI, and a couple of runs scored. Last time he reached via the bunt single. So Courtney in a little bit of a jam here in the bottom of the 5th. He pitches, Limp takes, and takes one low. Carter Harrington waits on deck. That's why he's not in the bullpen. Here's the next to Limp, swing and a miss. That'll even things out at 1-1. Courtney checks on his runner at second, brings it home, swinging a foul ball out of play. That was a line drive shot out of play. One ball, 2 strikes to count to Bryce Limp. Here's the next. That one goes behind him, and everybody's going to move up a bag on another wild pitch. Second wild pitch here in this inning for Courtney. And now the potential game-ending run is on at second base. So a little base hit here by Limp could end it. Here's the pitch, swinging a high pop fly. This one's on the infield. Muskoff, he's over near third base, makes the catch for the first out. And it'll leave things up to Carter Harrington. Harrington's on fire. He is 3 for 3, 2 doubles, a single, 3 runs batted in here for the sophomore. And we'll see if he can end this. He's switch hitting, so he'll bat from the right side this time. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chance to get it down. It does. On the way home is Colby Anderson. Here comes the throw, and he is safe. And the game is over. Collinsville wins by a score of 10-0 on another 2 RBI single by Carter Harrington. Boy, oh boy, the sophomore is on fire. Man, oh man, that kid is bringing it here lately. That ends it 10-0 in favor of Collinsville, and they break a 6-game losing streak to Belleville West that goes all the way back to the 2019 season. So nice to see the Kahawks breaking that spell, and these two teams will face each other at Belleville West come Thursday afternoon. But here on a Tuesday afternoon, this game is over. Collinsville wins by a score of 10-0, and we're going to take a break and come back and put the wraps on this big win by Collinsville in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for good food, good times, and good people? Look no further than the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Just over the bridge from the Kahok Stadium, Bridge Inn features a friendly and courteous staff that serves up the coldest drinks and the best food in the Metro East. Lunch and dinner is available daily with a breakfast menu every Saturdays and Sunday morning. And don't forget about fantastic fish fry Fridays. Bridge Inn also features pool tournaments on most weekends and a gaming area for the over 21 crowd. Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Check them out at 519 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call for carryout orders at 618-344-3530. The best is yet to come at the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. 618-344-3530. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from other coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Edwardsville at 1012 Plummer Drive, or call Jason Regg at 618-307-7048, or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, members SIPC.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Ogle with Ogle Auctions, and we hope you are enjoying tonight's game, and go Kahawks. Hey, check us out. Every Sunday night, we have an online auction at www.ogleauctions.com. Everything from grandma's china to grandma's motorcycle helmet, it's all here at Ogle Auctions every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Check us out, and we will see you soon.
Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pit master. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces that support our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop by and see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time World Championship Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com.
Once again, we welcome you back to Fletcher Field here in Collinsville. Kahawks win this one by a 10-0 final in 5 innings. The 10-run rule kicks in once again That's 3 out of their last 4 games that Collinsville has 10-run ruled their opponent. Kahawks, 10 runs on 10 hits. They committed 2 errors and left 9 base runners on. Belleville West, 0 runs on 6 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they also had 10 base runners left. The big bat of the game came from Carter Harrington. 2 games in a row. Carter has been the hero at the bat today. How about 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 singles, and 5 runs batted in. That's a pretty nice afternoon for the Kahawk sophomore. Bryce Limp gets the win on the mound. And for young Mr. Limp, he is now 3-0 on the season. And Collinsville gets a big Southwestern Conference win. They finally get the monkey off their back. 6 straight losses dating back to 2019 against Belleville West. But Collinsville turns the trick here today. These same 2 teams will meet at Belleville West on Thursday. Thursday we'll be at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, where we have little boys volleyball action for you as your Kahawks take on the Explorers of Alton Marquette. That game is set for a 6 p.m. start, so we should be on around 5:45. That all depends on how long the JV game takes. So, but we will be on. So, I do thank everyone for hanging out with us here today on the Kahawk Sports Network on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon for a little Kahawk baseball, as the Collinsville Kahawks win here this afternoon by a score of 10-0. And until Thursday night, my name is Todd Duke. Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening.